Hello, everybody, and welcome to Real Estate Investing course. My name is Nev, and I will be your instructor for this absolutely free course that is going to be offered in a series over the upcoming days and weeks. Now, first thing first, let's uncover a couple of things of who's this for, who's this not for, so that you can make a quick decision whether you want to stick around and go through it, or if you're deciding, not for me, I'm out. So, who is this for? Well, it's for brand newbies who are looking to get into their first deal ever when it comes to real estate. It's for intermediate and even advanced folks who are looking for a next deal and looking for different strategies of how one can invest in real estate. Now, most of us are very familiar with the typical you drive around town or you spend time on Zillow or you have an agent and they find a property, you go visit, you make an offer, you take a loan from the bank and go through that entire process. And that's, of course, one of the aspects and one of the ways that you can get into real estate. There are some of the other ones where it's more of the paper stuff, or maybe you're a partner where you're lending or sharing on the equity or getting from money from your lending. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're going to be talking about very specific strategy that is quite perfect, actually, if you're looking for discounted properties. So if you don't want to pay a full price, you're looking for a discounted property, and you're not necessarily afraid to do a little bit of research, to take a little bit of risk. And I'm going to explain why and how all of that is. Legal explanations, notices, and everything else. I want to be very clear about stuff. Number one, I am not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to purchase or not to purchase. I am not an accountant. I can't talk to you about what will or will not make sense for you and your personal financial situation. Number three, I am not an attorney. I do not give legal advice, and I try not to do that on the channel or live or anywhere else. So those things are important to you, and you need those people on your team. Make sure you find people who are certified and able to provide you with that service, because I am not that guy. I just happen to be a guy that figured out some of the things, and I want to help out as many people as I possibly can. The mere goal of this video series and of all of my education is to open up your eyes, open up your mind, and let you understand and uncover different strategies that exist, that then you can become more educated to understand and see if that's something that you want to pursue, get more education, and potentially get some experience alongside with that. Final piece I want to share with you is that real estate is very illiquid. It's much less liquid than something like stocks, bonds, ETFs, or crypto. So if you get into it, there's a potential that you might be holding it for months, even years, sometimes even decades, and you may or may not be able to sell it. So there's no guarantee, there's no promises with it. Nobody can promise nor guarantee any of those things to you. And I think it's important for you to understand. Also, with some of these properties, because we're not going to be doing traditional method of having a real estate agent who can guide you through things, and although you can, and we're not going to have like inspection stuff, because that's not what these deals allow for at the time that they are being offered for purchase. It does require research, and I think it's important to do as much as you possibly can before you deciding to go in it. But because there's some of the pieces lacking that you would get if you were to purchase, say, like your own personal residence to live in, and you know how multiple people walk through it and try to give you as many assurances as possible that things are legit. A lot of this stuff you're going to have to figure out and learn and do on your own, and some of the things you're not going to be able to do. For example, a house inspection. That's just not a thing that exists within this realm. And this is the reason why these properties are offered at such a discount. There's also a potential that you might have to go through fixing a lot of properties. So if you're afraid of fixing, if you're afraid of doing that stuff, this is likely not for you. If you're looking for a way to get rich by putting $1 today and walk out with $10,000 tomorrow, this is not it either. It is going to take a little bit of time, because you need to actually have some cash to invest, number one. Number two, you need to get some education. Number three, you need to find these properties. And number four, it's not a guarantee that just because you find something, just because you like it, just because you have money, that you're actually going to be able to get in it and become a property owner of that particular place. Now, who am I? My name is Nev, and you may or may not have seen me before. You may or may not have been reading some of my books or watching some of the videos videos or attending the podcast or whatnot. But if you don't know me, I came to United States about 20 some years ago now. I've never left and been here ever since. And in 2008, when the real estate market was crashing, my world and financial life was crashing as well. And I decided that I needed to make a lot of change. And change I made in 2009, I went in, purchased my first investment property, and from there on, I continued investing in real estate for all of that time. Now, I've done all kinds of different deals, from your traditional buy to the realtor, all the way to off-market stuff, all the way to being a private lender. I've done some construction work and improvements. I've done flips. I've done rentals. I've done single-family homes, multifamily homes, apartment-style homes. So I've done a few different things, is what I'm trying to say. Now, does that make me an expert? I wouldn't say so. Some of the people might, but I wouldn't say so. It just makes me a guy who has learned some of the stuff by doing. I've made some errors, and I'm going to share some of those things with you so that you don't make those errors, because errors can be very stressful and very, very costly, not just in terms of money, but also in terms of time, your health, your energy, your relationships, and everything else. So I don't want you or anybody else to repeat the mistakes that I already had to pay for. They're already paid, so let's use them to benefit everybody. Who is this for? Now, this is if you're a brand new person just thinking about wanting to get into real estate investing. This is perfect if you are looking for your first deal. If you've already done some of the deals and you're just looking for new strategies, this is also good for intermediate and even advanced folks who have been within the space but maybe haven't done this strategy, or maybe haven't even heard about this strategy. This strategy is, I don't want to call it secret per se, but it's not well known and not a lot of investors utilize it. But I absolutely love it because it gives you an opportunity, an ability, a possibility to purchase properties for pennies on a dollar. And then if you want to flip them, you can make not like 10%, 20%. I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10x. Now, I am not guaranteeing that you will find anything. I'm not guaranteeing that you will make money on it. Real estate is very illiquid, and like anything else, it goes up and down in price, and there's no guarantee nor promise that you will make or not make money with it. A lot of the stuff, what you do, also comes in from your actions. So a lot of things won't just simply happen because you want them to happen. You have to take certain actions, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes that hopefully you learn from and utilize and leverage those mistakes to improve. What I'm going to do in this free course is I'm going to be sharing with you some of the thoughts, ideas, techniques, and talk about what these deals are, where you can find them, what are some of the prices that you can expect to see, how do we think about the money that we need to put down for this stuff. You know, can you finance it, can you not finance it, is it a down payment, is it a purchase outright? Where do I find the money in order to be able to do this? Because you might be brand new, starting out, wanting to change your life, wanting to make a difference, wanting to improve what you do for a living. Because I don't know, maybe you love your job, maybe you don't love your job, maybe you don't even have a job, or you're looking for a new career. I have no clue where you are or what you're looking to do, but you might be looking and saying, look, I would love to participate in this. I would love to get into real estate, especially in the time and age when inflation is going through the roof. And we know that real estate is one of the very few assets that actually is good to have during inflation. Unlike NASDAQ, can we say that? Is that all right? Because the prices have gone down severely in the last like few days, few weeks, few months even, right? It's all coming on down. So if you're thinking about that, but you're saying, yes, I understand it, I get it, I want it, I'm interested, but I don't have the money, we're also going to talk about some of the money ideas and strategies of what you can do in order to boost that investment fund, as I like to call it, in order to allow you to participate in some of these deals. We're also going to spend a lot of time talking about mindset. Now, mindset is very, very important because it sets us up for failure or success, and those that fail to understand how their own mind works will be slave to it. I don't want you to be slave to it. I don't want myself to be a slave to it. So I like to focus a lot about thinking on those things. If this is all of interest to you, that's what you can expect to learn. You can expect to get to know yourself better. You can expect to learn what these deals are and where you can find them. You can expect to learn some thoughts and ideas of how do you boost up some of the money in order to be able to benefit from these deals that are coming up. You're going to learn also about how you react when it comes to pressure, or how you react when it comes to money, or what your thoughts are or beliefs are. We're going to be covering a lot of different things, and it's all going to be 100% absolutely free to you. All I ask in return is, if you're liking it, smash the like button, smash subscribe, smash bell notifications so you get notified every time the video drops. And of course, I am excited that we are going live right now. So if this is all of interest to you, do all of those things, put stuff in a comment, let's make sure we connect, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.